battle, a derby of excellence, as China will be hosting Japan. We're live here in the beautiful city of Shenyang, China, in the Liaoning Gymnasium. As you can see already in this Group B, Chinese Taipei on the road as they are currently heading into the second half against Korea. Well, we're going to take a look at the standings very shortly, but this Group B, it's been a very exciting group to watch. Japan currently top of this group, only one defeat, and that was against China when they met at the Okinawa Arena in the second window. And as you can see, both Korea and China could very well cement their positions depending on how Chinese Taipei perform in this third window. Well, this is just a magnificent matchup, a rivalry that stems back to 1975 when these two teams both battled for the championship of the FIBA Asia Cup back then. And it's fair to say, in history has taught us one thing: China have been the most dominant team within the FIBA Asia zone, but Japan in the last 10 years, due to the magnificent rise of the B-League, well, they are now becoming one of the top teams for sure. Well, in this window, of course, you can see Yuta Watanabe has been a magnificent ambassador, and also we have two B-League champions in this team. Most notably, Udai Baba. Josh Hawkinson has been with his national team since the 2023 Basketball World Cup when they hosted in Okinawa. But there is the other B-League championship, Koya Kamata. Well, Dayo Katani, former head coach of the Ruku Golden Kings, having just unfortunately lost in his 5th consecutive B-League championship finals. Now he's a one-time B-League champion back in 2023, but he is now leading the surge for the Akatsuki Japan. We'll turn our attentions to China. Of course, many familiar faces within this team, and that is going to be the point guard. You see the second man coming out, Zhao Jiwei, who did feature at the last Basketball World Cup, currently playing in this home arena with the Liaoning Flying Leopards. Well, Zhao Rei, because another key player you want to look out for in this team. The big talking point is going to be the CBA champion, the man who recently won with the Shanghai Sharks, and that's number 14, Li Hongchuan, because he is going to be a key go-to player to look out for in this matchup. Well, Hu Jin-cho, because 2025 CBA champion. This is another man who did feature for Team China back at the Basketball World Cup in the Philippines. They got that one victory against Angola. Well, China's record against Japan is very superior. It's also very, very superior. There is the young man who many would say is going to lead the brigade for this team. Well, head coach Guo Shiqiang is currently coaching Guangzhou Long Lions, knows that this is a talented team, but now it's the best part of the day. We'll stand and pay respect to both the national anthems of China and Japan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand down for the national anthems. 女士们、先生们，请全体起立，奏双方运动队国歌。Now, the national anthem of Japan, 奏日本国歌。Please represent the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. 请保持肃立，奏唱中华人民共和国国歌。
national anthems, very much a part of the beautiful DNA of international basketball. And again, you have to love it. In the case of China, it's Yi Yongjun, Jin Xingchu, the March of the Volunteers. Off of Japan's national anthem, it's the beautiful Kimi Gayo, His Majesty's Reign. But we are now moments away from tip-off and what is going to be a very exciting matchup between two powerhouses of East Asian basketball, China and Japan. But before we do so, we must indeed introduce four very important people, and those are three referees and one commissioner and technical delegate. Well, from Australia, we have James Alexander Boya. We also have James Grigol. And from Kazakhstan, we have Alexei Stepanenko. The commissioner and technical delegate for tonight's game is Deborah Kez. So a big thank you to all of our officials who've done a magnificent job in all of our competitions. And they'll continue to do a fine one tonight live here in Shenyang, China at the Liaoning Gymnasium. Well, whenever you come into a game as highly anticipated as this one, you always have to wonder who will be the starting five. Now, Daiyakatani will take a look at Akatsuki Japan's starting five. So Takumi Saito of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins will be the primary point guard, with Yudai Nishida as the shooting guard. Yudai Baba, as well as Yuta Watanabe, will be the two forwards, and Joshua Hawkinson will be the starting center. And that leaves two-time B-League champion Makoto Hiyajima. Of course, Tominaga, who just had a rookie season with the likes of Lavenga Hokkaido, so quite a very talented team Daiyakatani has to play with. Well, he has been a magnificent coach in his career, working with the likes of Osaka Avesa when it was known as the Basketball Japan League, and also the Sendai 89ers when they were in the B2 formation. But the 5 years that he's had with Ruku Golden Kings, 1 championship, 5 finals at the Yokohama Arena, it's no surprise to see him, the new head coach of Akatsuki Japan. Well, we take a look at China. We'll have a look at their starting five now. So Zhao Jiwei, the veteran point guard, will be in the backcourt. Hu Jin-cho, 2025 CBA champion, will also be there. The starting center will be Zhu Junlong, with He Xinning at the power forward, which also leaves Wang Jinjie in the backcourt. So they do have Yang Hansen coming off the bench, who, because time in and out of playing with the Portland Trail Blazers inside the NBA. And there's their head coach. A legendary name within Chinese basketball, Guo Shiqiang. Currently head coach of Guangzhou Long Lions in the CBA. So I think Chinese basketball still has its prestige, still has its magnificent reputation. Now the region has become so competitive. So many teams in East Asia right now knocking on the door. You've got to put the likes of the Philippines, Korea, Chinese Taipei all in that conversation. So many decades in which China dominated this part of the region. It's fair to say Josh Hawkinson, since joining the likes of Shibuya Sun Rockets, hasn't quite been the success in terms of competing for a B-League championship in Japan, but now he can turn his focuses right here on national team duty, and he has been a magnificent addition to the Akatsuki Japan. Well, a big shout out, the official sponsor, the Tissot Countdown to Tip-Off is now underway. A big shout out to Tissot for a magnificent partnership and collaboration for many decades with FIBA International Basketball. What better way, to further exemplify that magnificent partnership than a great game here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers, China versus Japan. About how the Chinese Basketball Association went this season. Only one CBA champion is in this team. That's number 14, Li Hongchuan. This was only the season before in which the Liaoning Flying Leopards, or 2 seasons I should say, back in 2024 before they participated in the FIBA BCL Asia, because they won that championship in this arena. Yuta Watanabe, off the back of his 2nd season, returning home with the Chiba Jets. Of course, another elimination from the B-League playoffs within the semifinals. It was actually 2 of his teammates that he's currently with that eliminated him, Yudai Baba and Koya Kamata. Because they took on their head coach, Daiyakatani, at the Yokohama Arena, winning after going down 1 game to win that championship series 2-1. Now Hu Jin-cho is regarded as one of the best premium Chinese centers today. Well, fans, if you're not excited, something's wrong with you. Two powerhouses of the FIBA Asia battling to try and cement a position in Doha 2027 for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And it's going to be Japan with the first possession. Watanabe now off a curl screen, looks to attack, goes in. Now remember, the last time these two teams met in the Okinawa Arena, Japan got off to a high-flying start, only to see China find a way back in this. Little bull screen action coming from China. Mid-range, and that's his go-to play. Remember that game in Manila, 2023. When Angola were defeated by China, it was Hu Jin-cho, number 21, that led them to the victory. Takumi Saito now patiently waiting for the screen from Hawkinson. Little hesitation. Trying to find Yudai Nishida. Nishida, he'll fire a three. That one's up, no good. Saito battles for it, and Watanabe comes up with it. Now they find Hawkinson. Well, that's the case of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins finding Sunrocker Shibuya. As Hawkinson gets the first 2 points. Now China, they want to play the back down game. Little pump fake, good defense from Watanabe. That's going to remain possession to China on the baseline. It's definitely fair to say China possessed the size advantage against Japan, but one thing, if you watch a lot of B-League basketball, these Japanese players do a fundamental job of always collapsing the paint. Because if you're China right now, you want to run a lot of things through Zhao Jiwei, high ball screens, try and spread the floor. Hu Jin-cho now finding Wang Junjie. Zhao Jiwei now, here's that screen we talked about from Hu Jin-cho. Little pump fake. Three is up. It's better coverage by Japan, and now Watanabe. Want to find the right shot as Nishida will fire the three. It's up. And Seahorses Mikawa, man, right now getting the first 3 points for the Akatsuki Japan. Well, he had a magnificent season playing under head coach Ryan Richmond, who's now also not only the new Alvok Tokyo coach, but the assistant coach for this Japanese national team under Daio Katani. Still taking the paint here. China just want to get into a half-court set. Nishida trying to keep in front. Little step back three. No foul given. And Nishida gets ahead. Saito wants to push this one. Now Hawkinson. He'll fire a three. Because when he played for the Shinshu Brave Warriors, he took a lot more three-pointers than as opposed to the transfer when he went to the Sunrocker Shibuya. But now China. Third three-point attempt, no good. And good save out of bounds. Oh, He Xin-ning. Good read. It's going to be possession back to China on the sideline. Wide open back door. They don't find him. They'll kick out for another three-pointer. China now 4 3-point attempts. Another offensive rebound. They'll go for 5. This one's up in the first set for a show of the game. And it's that man again, He Xin-ning. Wrapping things up at 5 apiece early on. The atmosphere here in Shenyang is going to be absolutely breathtaking. Trying to go with a ball reversal. Baba, little fadeaway, tough move. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. China want to run quickly. Having now to settle into a half court. He Xin-ning, another three. That guy can't get it. Hawkinson. That time winning the rebound, preventing any second chance points for China. Now you hear the echoes here from the Chinese fans. Saito, little pump fake. Finds a little bit of separation, deep three. But Japan's problem, nobody going in to contest for an offensive rebound. And that might be a part of Daio Katani's game to try and get everybody back to prevent any transition opportunities for China. Zhao Jiwei going off a horn set, double high screw. Little pump fake. That time and space. That's Hawkinson off the ground. That's good post work. It's simply unstoppable by Wang Junjie. I think we saw 3 pump fakes in one offense, and now China take the lead by 2 points. This is also really a battle between 2 great, magnificent basketball countries, but another chance for both countries, Japan and China, to show the excellence of their domestic leagues. Everybody wants to play in the B League. Everybody wants to play in the CBA. The competition, the lifestyle. Well, they want to find Hu Jin-cho. They made one through already. Not going to get this one. Baba came in to help out. That's going to take a last touch off Hu Jin-cho. Japan will get the possession back. You can definitely see China trying to force the issue from downtown, but that's definitely the right decision. Now you hear the chants from the Chinese fans. Zhongguo, the chants of China. Trying to make the atmosphere just a little bit more, I'd say, electrifying to get their home team going. China had to switch. Nishida's made 1-3. This contested. Japan forcing the issue from downtown. That's already now their 5th three-point attempt. It looks like a foul is going to be called against Takumi Saito. Well, here comes CBA champion of the Shanghai Sharks, finally checking into the game, Lee Hongchuan. It's a bit of a coming together there, so that's definitely the right call. Straight off the bench, ice cold, and the Sanford show is good from downtown. Championship DNA from the CBA. We don't leave him wide open. Saito now kicks out. Nishida 1 for 2. A little short that time. Same thing. Nobody going in to contest for an offensive rebound for Japan. Japan currently trailing by 2 possessions. China want to extend this. Nice little curl screen action under pressure. No foul given. China come up with another offensive rebound. He made his last one straight off the bench. Not going to get this one. And again, China right now just want this, but Japan came up with possession. So Japan just need to settle here. This is a good penetration by Watanabe. A lot of contact. I think a foul has been given. So Yuta Watanabe now will go to the free throw line here for the Akatsuki Japan. That foul's going to be called on number 14, Lee Hongchuan. This is where Yuta Watanabe has that advantage, just the ability to, play as a stretch 5 in a small ball lineup. And we saw this with the Chiba Jets this season, as Keisei Tominaga coming into the game. He has been able to be an undersized center in many matchups, because when he played for Trevor Gleason this year in the B League. Well, Watanabe, individually, was a great season with the Chiba Jets. But the championship success just didn't come. Watanabe cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Only 6 minutes played. Great paint coverage is now Hu Jin-cho right to lane and throws it down in Jaeyo Zhongguo. Big time dunk by Hu Jin-cho. And Watanabe again will get back to the charity stripe. Well, Hu Jin-cho, like he did against Angola at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, just bringing a little bit of electricity to China's offensive game plan. Watanabe played 63 games this season in the B League. Made a total of 171 free throws out of 228 takes. Because when he joined the B League back in the 2024-25 season, opening game was at the Lala Bay Tokyo Arena against eventual champions Utsunomiya Brex, and got off to a high-flying start only to be injured for the next month when his national teammate Makoto Hiyajima closed him out on a three-pointer. But like I said, he bounced back. Japan looked like they're going into some form of a zone defense. Little high-low action, and Yan Han-sen just throws it down with the Guanlan. Well, that's one way to execute against the zone. Little high-low action. Still a 5-point lead here to China. Little penetration kick out. Hawkinson's taken 1-3 already and nails this one in the corner and slices it down to a 2-point deficit. Well, Koya Kamata also in the game. Jan Hanseng, home crowd, want him to go to work. Nice little no-look dime in the paint. A foul is going to be given. So 2 free throws coming up for Wang Junjie. Well, considering China have attempted 8 3-point field goal attempts already, they've only converted 2. You would imagine against his own defense. Here's the high-low action. And that's way too easy for Yang Hansen. Now Wang Junjie currently the charity stripe. Because neither of these 2 teams won't look back and think the outcome could have been different had they made all the free throws. They just simply have to step up and make them both. Second one good. A little bit of it coming together. Hansen, I think, a little bit frustrated on the box out, but it's a tough game. Don't get caught up with Big Mikey. Koya Kamata, known as Big Mikey, back in the B League. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Keisei Tominaga now playing primary point guard. You know he's got one thing on his mind. 3 goes flying. It's a foul in the process, so 3 free throws, excuse me. Well, it's actually Ryusuke Sasaki, the man who's had to battle back from injury. Go back to 2025 when San Antonio Phoenix were 1 overtime away from getting to the B-League Finals. And this young man unfortunately did tear his ACL, and it's been a magnificent journey on his return. Well, he's an outstanding player. Ryusuke Sasaki really has come a long way in his career. But any player who has to battle back through that kind of adversity, well, you can only pay your respects to them. I think it's completely appropriate to also highlight that, you know, once he did get injured, it wasn't quite the same season in fruition for San Antonio Phoenix. Started his career with Osaka Avesa, and then to go to Kumamoto before making Shizuoka his hometown in the B-League. Nice backdoor play. Yan Hansen twisted, turning, and looking like a baby Yao Ming. A lot of expectation on this young man. 3-point lead still here to China. Watanabe. Heavily defended by Li Hongchuan. That's the kick out here, finding Sasaki. That's a nice penetration. Well, China have got to be more disciplined. No need for the reach because you see Sasaki was looking for a kick out. So with 2:16, China have no more fouls. There's the pass, and look at the footwork. That's baby Yao Ming, Jiao Yang Hansen. Because the other name, there is already a player who actually plays for China, not in this window, but at the 2023 Basketball World Cup. Wang Junlin, who a lot of the Chinese social media and mainstream media called him Baby Yao, but it's maybe the other comparison to Yang Hansen, maybe Baby Wang Zhizhi, as Akira Jacobs subbing into the game. Wang Zhizhi, the first ever Chinese NBA player. That's quite a hot screen by Koya Kamata. Kamata in the paint. Nice kick out. Sasaki. Tough pass finding Jacobs. Time is winding down, but China nearly intercepted. Well, they turn it over. Well, here we go, and it's big time. Throws it down with one hand, and China converting turnovers into fast break dunks. Oh, it's another one. 2 costly turnovers, and now it's going to be back-to-back transition plays, and beautifully done by Liao Sanning. Well, you can just hear the atmosphere live here in Shenyang, China, the home of the Liaoning Flying Leopards. And it's Liao Sanning, consecutive transition buckets. Here he went in with the one-handed Guanlan. Big-time play. And here was the second one. This time just took it himself, took matters into his own hands. The energy of this crowd feeding off every single moment that China puts the ball in the bucket. We're going to head down to Japan's bench to find out what head coach Dayakutani is going to say.
Take the ball out quickly. Space out. Talk straight, guys. Talk straight. Move it.
Well, you look at those stats right there. Japan with only one field goal with inside the rainbow. They have converted 2 3-pointers, but China, those 2 back-to-back transition plays led by Liao Sanning, Dubachi. A very big moment now. Yang Hansen is going to match up with Josh Hawkinson. Currently a 7-point lead to China. So Sasaki as the primary point guard. Now they also have Keisei Tominaga and Yudai Baba. Sasaki penetrates. Finds Baba in the corner. Oh, Hawkinson made his last 3, goes for another one, and buries this one for Japan's 3rd 3-pointer. Bringing it back down to a 2-possession deficit. China's got to anticipate that dribble drive kick out into the corner. Yang Hansen. They're working with Liao Sanning in the backcourt. They have 2 fouls to give. Time dwindling down here for China. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Yang Hansen. He's got to remember how to adapt to the international game. He's a big, strong player. The foul is going to be called on him. So he's going to head to the bench. Looks like Hu Jin Cho will come back in. So, like I said, the depth in China's front and backcourt, not an issue tonight. Definitely in the front court is where they have the advantage. Kira Jacobs. A little ghost action with Rusei Sasaki, but here comes Hawkinson. Hawkinson looking to attack. Goes in, is simply unstoppable. As the Hawkeye goes up to 8 points. Getting it down to a 2-point deficit. Now Sanning being heavily defended here in the backcourt. And Japan's got to recover on the ball screens. Hu Jin Cho, here's the bread and butter. Time missing. Baba Boom coming up with a rebound. 3 seconds difference between game and shot clock here for Japan. Sasaki's going to dribble this down. I think we're going to see a pick and pop action, maybe to find Keisei Tominaga. But here comes Jacobs. Ghost action. Now they find Tominaga. Has to put it up. Front iron can't get it. Still time left here for Japan. Tominaga, 3. Arigato gozaimasu. Well, I'll ask you the question. What time is it? Ima Nanji, it's Tominaga time. Well, that 3-pointer gives Japan a 1-point lead going into the second quarter. And what a way to finish. Well, I'll say it again. Nanji desu ka? Tominaga time. And that is indeed, as I mentioned, the 4th 3-point field goal. Levenga Hokkaido's Keisei Tominaga giving Akatsuki Japan the 1-point advantage going into the second quarter. So far, it's been a very exciting game, and even Big Mikey likes it. Koya Kamata, B-League champion, with Nagasaki Velka. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the key stats from the first quarter, and then we'll run down the top plays and highlights. We're live here in Shenyang, China, at the Liaoning Gymnasium. 4 3-point field goals, as I keep repeating myself, is what's kept Japan ahead of this, shooting 40% from downtown. But so far, China much better from within inside the rainbow. 7 out of 11. As you can see, Japan getting to the free throw line, having only missed 1 free throw so far this evening, and that was from Rusei Sasaki. Well, very soon, we'll run down the best highlights, best moments from the first quarter. Well, there was the paint entry. First field goal of the evening for Josh Hawkinson of Sun Rocket Shibuya. And there was Mikawa Seahorse's Yudai Nishida. It was the first time China and Japan met in World Cup qualifiers. It was back in 2021, and Nishida was the starting shooting guard, but it didn't take long. CBA champion Lee Hongchuan with the first Sanfun Cho. Second quarter should be thrilled, but basketball fans, scan the QR code to access and log into Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Well, China's going to start with the first possession here in the second quarter. Oh, good anticipation. And now it's going to be an easy layup that time. First time Japan converting turnovers into fast break buckets. San Antonio Phoenix's Rusei Sasaki. Oh, Tominaga with the defense. I think they're going to call a foul here. Now, this is where Tominaga's got to keep his cool. Because he had a magnificent rookie season with Levenga Hokkaido in the B League, but cannot afford to get too emotional every time a call doesn't go in his favor, and that's a good call. Well, He Xining at the moment being defended by Tominaga. Slight delay in game. I think they just need to sort out the shot clock at the moment. Just see Zhao Jiwei going over to his head coach to get maybe some instructions on the upcoming set play. Well, China currently having Wang Jinjie as their primary setter. Hu Jinqiu is the power forward. Still a very big lineup here for Zhongguo. Zhao Jiwei gets that high screen, a little bit of Spain stack pick and roll from China. And Zhao Jiwei can level things up with a three-pointer. Unable to connect. Well, Hawkinson, I think that time forgetting to put a body on Hu Jinqiu, but Japan will retain possession. But he's such an exciting player. And for good reason. Shanghai Sharks #1. If you know anything about Shanghai Sharks, that was the club that developed Yao Ming before he embarked on that NBA career with the Houston Rockets. Now Japan's heading to Spain, stack pick and roll. Baba gets it in the corner. This is good defense. Sasaki. A lot of congestion for Japan. They've got to find space. Sasaki's got to shoot this one. Gets off a tough shot, and that's going to be an air ball. And China quite happily letting that one go out of bounds. That's good defense. Ghost action again here from China. Another interception, and now here we go. It's going to be Baba Boom time. Nagasaki Velka's Yudai Baba with a two-handed jam. Well, he returned to Japan, winning his second B-League championship, not only with Alvak Tokyo, but with Nagasaki Velka. To the demise of his current head coach of Japan, Daikutani, who was on the other bench with the Ruku Golden Kings, but now extends it to a 5-point lead. Hu Jinqiu. He's got to demand the ball in the paint. Now he's got to go to work. Kira Jacobs one pass away. This is good play by Hu Jinqiu. What a move. Well, that's winding back the clock. Textbook. Old school. Back to the basket. Post play by Hu Jinqiu. Tominaga curls the screen. Well, he had Akira Jacobs, but will go himself. And that's a good move by Keisei Tominaga. Well, he could have kicked out to Akira Jacobs, who was wide open in the corner. But Tominaga makes it a 5-point ball game. And China go for another one. Unable to connect. Coming up with a rebound. Japan have numbers. Tominaga will go himself. And again, simply excellent transition basketball by Akatsuki Japan. And Keisei Tominaga of Levenga Hokkaido is simply more than just a three-point shooter. Well, this man will get up and down the floor. Timeout called by China. They want to talk this one over. We'll head to their bench to find out what the message is going to be. Well, the timeout was called quite simply. Japan playing China's game, forcing China to turn the ball over. But like we've seen with the extended B-League roster here with the Akatsuki Japan, just how quickly they get out in transition, and what a play. Keisei Tominaga's given 7 points already for Tominaga. Second leading scorer for Japan, right behind Hawkinson. Remember, Japan had a big lead the last time these two teams met at the Okinawa Arena. China found a way back on the road. That's going to be Tominaga's second personal foul. Great take by Zhao Ji-wei, just going straight at Tominaga. Wang Junjie. Let's take on Akira Jacobs. And that's going to be Japan's third team foul. So 7:30 left here in the second quarter. Japan only one to give. Hu Jin-cho trying to find a primary ball handler. Time winding down, just bringing Hawkinson away and knocks this one down. Beautiful take by He Xin-ning. Second field goal for him this evening. Now 1 out of 7, or 2 out of 7, excuse me. Moving up to 5 points. Sasaki just trying to find Keisei Tominaga. Quite a heavy bump. Tominaga now with 5 seconds. Hawkinson. And that's going to be a foul in China. Well, that's a frustration play by He Xin-ning, because he feels that when the screen was set that he was impeded, but it's only the first team foul. Now right there, not the screen, sorry, he felt the post up. Well, that was actually before the screen, so my corrections yet again. Well, change coming in. Two-time B-League champion Makoto Hyejima of Utsunomiya Brex will give Keisei Tominaga a break. Makoto Hyejima last summer winning the BCL Asia in the final against Al Riyadi in Dubai. It's the same summer he actually defeated head coach Daikutani at the Yokohama Arena when Ruku Golden Kings made it to their 4th B-League final. Because who hasn't played against who in a big game for the Akatsuki Japan? This was the B-League most valuable player back in 2018. There's another BCL Asia champion. Seiya Ando into the lineup. Currently of Yokohama B Corsairs. Nice pass by Hyejima, and Hawkinson now moving up to 12 points. Good vision by Mako-san. China's got to be defensively aware of how methodical Japan's offense is. Zhao Ji-wei defended by Seiya Ando. Now pulls up from 15. It's a good look for him, and that is what he's got to keep going to. That's his first field goal tonight. 2 assists, 1 rebound, now 2 points. Hyejima trying to get open. Going back to Seiya Ando. Ando being heavily defended. Final seconds winding down. He'll fire 3 in the corner. Not going to get it. Oh, great box out work from Wang Junjie, preventing Akira Jacobs coming up with a weak side offensive board. And Hu Jin-cho. Now that is where the big man has got to get the bread and butter. You've got to feed it to him in the paint. I'm telling you, 3 summers ago against Angola, that is the player who led them to victory at the Basketball World Cup. Ando denies the screen. Now nowhere to go. Again, time winding down here for Japan. Somebody's got to take something. Well, Jacobs, that's going to be an offensive foul, I think, on Yudai Baba. Or is it on Seiya Ando? That's on Seiya Ando. Right there, good call. Seiya Ando just knocking Zhao Ji-wei to the ground like a block of towers, excuse me. Look at the post work by baby Wang Zhizhi, China's first NBA player. Liao Sanning coming back into the game, still with those 4 points he got in transition off the Japanese turnovers. Makoto Hyajima's got the defensive duties against CBA champion number 14 Lee Hong-chuan. Koi Kamata also in, as well as Yang Han-sen. Still a slender 3-point lead to Akatsuki Japan. The team currently top of Group C. Sando falling to the ground. They're playing bully basketball. China come up with, Japan come up with it. China getting players back. Sando finds Hiajima. Japan just want to get into an organized half-court set. Sando misses last three. Going to go for this one at Yokohama because says man. FIBA Asia Champions Cup winner with Alvak Tokyo back in 2019 when he was teammates of Yudai Baba. Fifth three of the game for Akatsuki Japan. And now China make that their fourth Sanfun-cho. Well, the big man, Wang Jie. Three-pointers flying in now between both China and Japan. Hiajima now goes to his right off the screen. Yudai Baba will fire three. That one's on target, but again, nobody going in for an offensive rebound. China can level things up with another three. The post-up coming inside the paints. Wang Jie goes for a one-legged fadeaway, hits the side of the backboard. Baba comes up with it, now finds Watanabe. A lot of contact goes in. Well, Japan can further extend this lead back to 6 if Watanabe can convert this free throw here. Currently 6 points. He hasn't missed a free throw so far this evening. He's 4 out of 4. And the Chiba Jet star now converts his 5th free throw. As Yudai Nishida checking back in for Yudai Baba. Good play so far from Yudai Baba. Only 2 points, but 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Baba doing Baba things. The penetration action coming. A little bump. Tries to float to Baba. Well, Watanabe comes up with a rebound. Turning up the tempo, finding Nishida. And again, a costly turnover. And you can see Watanabe telling Nishida, hey, listen, get to your sweet spot. Get to the corner. You're one of the top three-point shooters in the B-League this season. I'll get you the ball. 5th turnover of the game for Akatsuki Japan, the national basketball team of this magnificent federation. But China nearly turning it over, and they do just that. China just needs a little bit more cool, calm, composed nature in their offense, but I think that time, clearly, he just wasn't ready for position. It's Gao Xian. 3:30 left here in the second quarter. Can Japan extend a lead? And that's going to be the 3rd team foul away from the ball against China. Now who's this on? I think that's on Gao Xian. He's only just really made his presence in this second quarter, but China's got to play with a little bit more defensive discipline. Hiajima now finds time, space for another three, and Mako-san of Brex Nation buries another three-pointer. 9-point lead to Japan. Well, they are cooking at the moment. They are cooking from downtown. Nice take on the baseline, unable to finish. Japan come up with it. As Big Mikey goes in, and Ayasu Minasai, Koya Kamata with a one-handed flush. Kamata went in and took no prisoners. Well, Kamata just said sayonara. B-League champion with Nagasaki Velka. A big-time dunk by Big Mikey. China now extending their lead to 11 points. Yang Han-sen, worry of the double team. He's got to work with his backcourt spinning. That's a good move. And awards himself a trip to the free throw line. That's a great thing about Yang Han-sen. I mean, go back to the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers back in 2025. The big game he had on the road against Guam. I think he didn't get enough credit for was his passing and vision. Miyajima of Utsunomiya Brex going to the bench. Well, Yang Han-sen making the first free throw. He was two-time CBA All-Star before he got drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies in the 2025 NBA draft. He was bronze medalist in 2022 in Iran with at the FIBA U18 Asia Cup. That was both free throws converted. Takumi Saito back into the lineup here for Akatsuki Japan. Both teams rotating through the benches. Watanabe now. Japan trying to bring China's post-interior defense away from the pace. Nishida now running 10. Hawkinson's made 2 threes. He'll go for a third one, and right now he is bringing the Sun Rocket Shibuya three-point show. Japan are on fire at the moment. China's got to learn how to defend the three-point shooting from Akatsuki Japan. Well, Yang Han-sen thought about it. Now China will try another one. The foul has been given. So it'll be 3 free throws coming up to Zhao Jiwei. It's exactly what China needs, just to find some way to put some points on the board, because the problem is, well, Japan's offense feels like it's taking the confidence away from China's offense. Well, Wang Junjie back in the lineup. Well, Zhao Jiwei, because he plays in this home arena at the Liaoning Flying Leopards Gymnasium. Local from Haicheng, Liaoning. 30 years of age, because 2015 FIBA Asia Cup champion with China. He's got to make the free throws, though. China, they don't want this to be a case of chasing the game in the second half. 1:51 to go here in the second quarter. He missed that. That would have been a lane violation, I believe, against Japan. So Japan still lead by 11. This has been excellent three-point shooting so far from the B-League players. Now it's the CBA players' time to try to defend. Nishida. That's going to be another unnecessary foul. And right there, it's not the foul that's the problem. It's just how easy it is for Yudai Baba to cut inside the middle. So Wang Junjie had no idea where he was. Or he wasn't defending him. But if you're going to be a paint protector, you've got to know where ball is. You've got to know who's on the weak side, who's going to be a potential danger. He's two-time B-League champion. Well, 3-time, I should say. Twice with Alvak Tokyo. Once this past season with Nagasaki Velka. Baba Boom at the free throw line. Yudai Baba left the B-League in 2019 after winning the FIBA Asia Champions Cup, only to join Melbourne United in the Australian NBL. He's tried a few times to go to the NBA via the Summer League. 4 points this evening for Baba Boom. He's Defensive Player of the Year. Zhao Jiwei trying to find space for a three-pointer. That's a good take in the lane, good defense, but better offense. Well, tough finish, and Japan wastes no time to get the ball up the floor, and Hawkinson goes length to length, and again, he's bringing the Sun Rocket Shibuya magic to Liaoning, China. I think Diokatani's just getting a warning from the referee that when the ball goes in the bucket, asking politely if his players can just leave the ball alone. Still a 13-point lead to Japan. Now we're under a minute to go here in the second quarter. He made his last shot to go for another one. That is a BEA beautiful Sanfa Cho from He Xining. Well, that's got to inspire this home crowd. That's a big-time play. I mean, look how he catches this one. Gets his feet set. That is a BEA beautiful Sanfa Cho by He Xining. Minimizing the deficit down to 10 points. Timeout is going to be called by Diokatani. We'll head down to Japan's bench to see if a potential 2-for-1 is coming up. That timeout was called by Diokatani. Now Japan in a very good situation for a potential 2-for-1. Still leading by 10 points. Saito has to find Yudai Nishida to break down the full court press. Now Watanabe left wide open, uncontested. That three's not going to go. That's a good attempt. It was wide open. But China can try to cut this down to single digits. They're going to have to defend one final possession. Zhao Jiwei trying to go back door. He Xining inside the paint, goes in. That time unable to finish. And now the shot clock is turned off. Saito heavily defended. High ball screen coming soon. Remember, China, no fouls to give. Goes to his right, picked up by Hu Jin Cho. Saito, three. But it's going to be an offensive foul against Josh Hawkinson. So much attention on Takumi Saito of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins getting the three-pointer off, but we'll have to see the replay of what transcended. Let's have a look here. Watch Josh Hawkinson. That's a good call. That's a very good call. Hawkinson just knocking down number 0, Gao Shiyan. So China's going to call one timeout, 3.5. Let's see if we can hear what's going to be said in this timeout. Well, China's got 3.5 seconds to try and get the ball up the floor. Remember, Japan, like China, no fouls to give. So if anything, China, you want to get fouled, get to the charity stripe. Looks like He Xining, only 10 points, the only player in double figures for China. They get it inbound. Trying to go quickly here, finds time, space, gets rejected. And one of the top defenders, if not the best defender in the B-League, Yudai Bababoom, with the defining block that will keep Japan ahead by 10 points as we head into the halftime break. Well, we're live here in Shenyang, China at the Liaoning Gymnasium, home of the Liaoning Flying Leopards 2024 CBA champions. It is the FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers, window number 3. We'll take a look at some of the key highlights. But before that, we'll look at some of the key stats and top scorers in this game. Well, both teams, only one player in double figures. Josh Hawkinson has 17 points. And we've already seen He Xining with the final 5 points for China. He leads with 10. Well, Japan so far only 2 offensive rebounds, 2 rebounds shy of China, who do have 17, but 5 of those have been offensive boards. So far, it's been a great start for the team of Akatsuki Japan. Well, there are the further stats. Japan currently 9 free throws out of 11 attempts. China have missed 3 so far. One of the telling factors in this game, as we saw earlier with the transition points from the turnovers, both teams 13 assists apiece. But after China got those opening 4 points from turnovers, we've already seen Japan now with 9. Also, Japan 16 fast break points and edging out China 20 points in the paint to 18. Now it's time to look at the highlights from the first half. Well, here's what got Japan into this game. The return of San Antonio Phoenix's Rusei Sasaki coming up with the interception for Zhao Jiwei. And then it was Lavengo Hokkaido's Keisei Tominaga time. As you mentioned, He Xining, 10 solid points here for China. And Hu Jin-cho, I don't think he's been given the rock enough inside the paint. Because when he gets back to the basket, this big man is simply unguardable. Here was the three-pointer by Wang Junjie. Keisei Tominaga just having a conversation at Makoto Hiyajima of Utsunomiya Brex, BCL Asia champion in 2025. But it was the third three-pointer of the game for Sun Rocket Shibuya, Josh Hawkinson. And there he is again, He Xining. Here was the nice Sanford Chol off the curl screen, getting those feet set and letting it go from downtown. He Xining has got to fire his teammates up. Well, it's halftime. We'll be back for the second half momentarily.
Charles, deep three is good. Ties it at 91.
Well, nearly got caught celebrating there, but Arakji off back down the other end, behind the back, and one finish. Another look at that.
Good steal, good read by Freeman. Goes behind the back, shears. Oh, the rejection. I don't think anybody saw Cody Stockman coming out there and swatting that one away.
And a drive through. No foul. Strong defense. Japan on the attack. Watanabe, that's the pass that they're looking for. Hawkinson with the delivery. Scoring touch. Just look at this. Get out of there. That is the block from Watanabe. He's all smiles. And look what happens. Big score, big moments.
Arakji. Oh, behind the back pass to Lawson. Beautiful pass. Easy finish for the big man inside. Magician.
9-point lead for China. Togashi hands it to Kirk. Kirk goes inside. Oh, that's a thunderous two-hander.
Yatsai
quick ball screen. Oh my goodness! Well, quick ball screen, slip screen in the end. Just monster dunk by Harrison. And he has no regard.
And wow, not in this house.
Harris coming right through the middle. Look at that for a dunk. Well, Jalen Harris, look at the pass. It is top quality.
For Lebanon, looking to use his dribble, break the defense down, behind the back pass, and the finish from Haya, and the and one.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks the closeout, beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Welcome back, basketball fans. Live here in Shenyang, China at the Liaoning Gymnasium. Currently, it's China versus Japan. In the FIBA Basketball Well, again, welcome back, everybody, here at the Liaoning Gymnasium in Shenyang, China. Just to give you a heads up, another thrilling game in this group as Korea currently lead by 1 with 57 seconds left against Chinese Taipei. Of course, if Korea do win this game, they won't necessarily win the head-to-head, but they'll have 3 victories, which will put them ahead of being potentially eliminated by Chinese Taipei. Remember, China only so far with those 2 wins against both Chinese Taipei and Japan. While Chinese Taipei indeed have taken the lead by 1 with 38.6 seconds. And this group so far, I mean, it's been an outstanding group to watch. Group B, Japan currently top of this group 3-1. Korea and China both 2-2. And Chinese Taipei with that only one victory, which was against Korea in window number 2. Well, again, the game right now here with Japan. If Japan can win this game, they will all but solidify their participation in the second window, starting window 1 with 2 back-to-back victories against Chinese Taipei. We'll look at the leaders so far for Japan. Josh Hawkinson, 17 points. Yudai Baba leading with 5 rebounds and also leading all assists at the moment for the Akatsuki Japan. Well, it was a nervy, rocky start for Japan. China definitely looked more dominant inside the paint, but they stopped going to players like Hu Jin-cho and Yang Han-sen. And Japan was simply able to capitalize from that point on. Well, the outcome of this group could very well be decided on the final day. Chinese Taipei currently by 2 points with 20.9 seconds left. Brandon Gilbeck has a free throw, so it would be a case if Japan hold on for this game and if Chinese Taipei hypothetically win. Well, it could be between Chinese Taipei, Korea, and China to find out who cements those final 2 spots hypothetically behind Japan. Josh Hawkinson has been a huge revelation. Well, it's all over in Goyang, Korea. Chinese Taipei hold on for the second win. That is definitely going to spice up things in this group. So you have now Korea, China, and Chinese Taipei with 2 victories. So Japan right now in pole position unless China can turn this one around. Now, if China were to win this, they would actually go top of the group, considering that they would have the head-to-head after beating Japan at the Okinawa Arena. That's why you've got to love the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. A group as competitive as this Group B. And this is not a big margin for China to try and come back from whatsoever. This is going to be an exciting outcome for sure. Well, professional basketball in this part of the world really has gone to new heights, new lengths. It's only fair to say it's only going to get better. The rise of the CBA, the B League, the KBL, the Plus League, as well as the TPBL. Well, there are your leaders. We talked about He Xining as the leading scorer so far for China. 10 points so far. While Zhu leading the rebounding count and Zhao Jiwei leading the assist category at the moment here for China. China currently only 4 out of 14 from the three-point line. The problem for them at the moment, though, is how much they've given away in transition to Japan. Japan currently with 16 fast break points, and they're going to need a lot more from He Xining if they're going to try to come back into this game. He's definitely been a fan favorite for not only this national team, but also within the CBA prospects as well. He stands at 193 centimeters. He's, I would argue, a 2-3 player when he definitely plays in the CBA, but you can definitely see he's a go-to scoring option because he started his career in this CBA back in 2015 with the Beikong Dragons. Brief little time with the Dongguan Leopards, now known as the Shenzhen Leopards, and also changed their name now to the Shenzhen Aviators, but he averaged 20 points per game last season in the CBA. He Xining. Well, the players now going to the benches just to get some final words of inspiration from their respective coaches. Katani of Japan and Guo Shiqiang of China. Can you imagine China's game plan defensively is, listen, if we turn the ball over, we've got to get back in transition. We've got to make every effort to make sure that we don't give any more fast break points away. 16 is one too many to give a team as good as Japan. It's definitely what's hurt this team quite a lot. Well, fans, make sure you download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying app. Customize your experience, follow your favorite teams and players right from the qualifiers up until Doha 2027, and get all the best news, highlights, and content that matter to you most. Download it today. Zhao Jiwei looks like he's going to come out and be, yet again, the primary point guard here. Watanabe, Joshua Hawkinson playing both the 4 and 5 at the moment here for the Akatsuki Japan. It's in the Metropolitan Tokyo rivals. Of course, Hawkinson playing with Sun Rocket Shibuya, while Yuta Watanabe of Chiba Jets, teammates alongside the first ever $1 million player in Japan, Yuki Togashi. Welcome back, Shenyang, China. FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Japan lead by 10. Second half back underway. Saito makes that penetration, just lose control of it now. Took a last touch off the defense. But head coach Guo Shichang can use a coach's challenge, but I think he's going to be reluctant on this play. 6 seconds remain on the shot clock here for Japan. They got to get it inbound. They find Hawkinson, 17 points. A little mid-range. Sugoi. He's cooking today. He's having a hell of a game, Josh Hawkinson. Extending it now to a 12-point lead. China's got to find that offensive consistency. He's the man who's been leading them now, He Xin-ning. Nice little penetration, gets the shot off in time. Yudai Nishida nearly losing the rebound on that play. Now Shurien just trying to come in from the weak side. China cannot allow the frustrations on offense to hinder their play. They must continue to collectively allow the synergy to flow. Well, Hu Jin-cho, I think it's going to be a foul on Yudai Nishida, actually. Well, Nishida called for a moving screen, but he's on the ground. So what happened there? Let's have a look at the replay. Watch Hu Jin-cho. Wow, that looks painful. And here's the thing. The initial decision's right. That's a moving screen. Now, what about Hu Jin-cho? His action afterwards. Diakatani can call for a head coach's challenge, but that looks very painful. I don't think any words of description are needed at this point. You see Tominaga probably having to come in now for Yudai Nishida. 2 left-handed three-point snipers, as they like to refer to them in the B-League. The question is, does Diakatani want this play reviewed? Because the initial call is the right call. It's an offensive foul for sure, a moving screen, but it's the act afterwards that happened that I think is going to raise a lot of questions. Well, no review. Hawkinson coming up with a steal. Now Japan looking for 18 fast break points as Takumi Saito misses. The putback no good by Baba. Golden opportunities for Akatsuki Japan, but China survived this one. That is the kind of play you've got to build some momentum on. Can China capitalize? Looks like a foul is going to be called. I believe that's going to be called on the ground. But it's a good take by Gao Shien. Foul is on Takumi Saito. That's going to be his second personal foul, I believe. China trying to shape something up here. Trying to get this home crowd back into it. Tough shot by Zhao Ji-wei, unable to finish. But Hu Jin-cho, I'm telling you, this man just doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't get enough possessions. 8 points now for Hu Jin-cho. Correction, 10 points. Watanabe backdoor goes in and finishes. Nice little back screen execution by Japan. It's now Watanabe moving up to 9 points. See Japan looking very comfortable in every half-court set. Patiently trying to break down China's defense, but China will go for a 3 in the corner as a foul now. That could have been a potential 4-point play. But He Xin-ning indeed looks like he'll go to the charity stripe. Let's have a look at the replay here. There's the kick out by Gao Shien. It's hard to see the contact off that point, but So indeed it will be. Oh no, they've called this one on the ground. So I think the foul was actually Yudai Baba on the action towards number 0, Gao Shiyan. And in the man-to-man matchup. Wide open look here for Zhao Jiwei. 3 just won't drop. CBA champion going in for offensive rebound. So a trip to the free throw line for Li Hongchun. Say Tominaga, that's going to be foul number 3. And now Japan, no more fouls to give here in the third quarter. What's just unnecessary reaching? That point. I just wonder on the status of Yudai Nishida, because he'll have to come back in if Tominaga picks up a 4th foul. First free throw, no good. China only 50% from the free throw line this evening, 4 out of 8. Second one made. China cut it down to an 11-point deficit. Still China 2 players in double figures. It's been Josh Hawkinson's 19 points that's led the way tonight for Japan. Little handoff action. Quick cut by Yudai Baba. Too strong. Hawkinson trying to follow in. And now China can cut it down to single digits. China's got to take this possession by possession. Hu Jin Cho, little back down. Too big, too strong, and simply just too good. The 2024 CBA champion, Hu Jin Cho. Japan now having to ride a bit of a storm, a wave of momentum from China. Sasaki, little hesitation. Some one-legged fadeaway, make that 21 points. Josh Hawkinson on fire at the moment. Well, Hawkinson still hasn't missed a shot with inside the rainbow. He's only missed 1 3-pointer today. Putting it back to double digits here for Japan. Nice kick out, 3 in the corner. And the 3's just not dropping at the moment. And that's going to be the first team foul against China here in the third quarter. Still plenty of basketball to play. Makoto Hiyajima checking in for Keisei Tominaga. Hiyajima having already made that 1 3-pointer in the first half. Japan still 7 out of 16 from the perimeter. There's 4 minutes played here in the third quarter. Chinese fans trying to rally behind their team. Heavy defense coming from Gao Shiyan. Sasaki now gets past it, goes all the way, counted, he'll go to the free throw line. Well, China heavily dependent on Gao Shiyan. The smothering defense, but nobody was in help side. And Santa Neo Phoenix's Rusei Sasaki, the return from the long injury. And that's a big play. 6 points already this evening for Rusei Sasaki. Akira Jacobs subbing into the game. 2 out of 3 this evening from the free throw line. Converts the 3-point play. Well, if I'm China, I want to find the ball in the paint to Hu Jin Cho. Get the big man some good looks. Nice little break of the screen. Falling to the ground. Nice little takes, a good penetration, but he does get the and one. But a very positive drive by Li Hongchun. He's looking like the most dangerous backcourt player at the moment. He's 25 years of age, just entering the prime of his professional career. It's first time actually playing for the national team in these qualifiers. Never featured at a FIBA Asia Cup or a Basketball World Cup. Started his career with Shanghai Sharks back in 2024 as he converts both free throws. Now China with the full court pressure. Akira Jacobs is becoming that pressure reliever. Chinese fans, you hear the chants of Zhonghua, the chants of China. Yajima kicks out. Time winding down here for Hawkinson. He's going to have to make a move. Little circus shot. Good defense by Hu Jin-cho. Can China cut it down to 10? Maybe single digits with another three-pointer. There's the pass, little pump fake. And there's going to be a 3-second violation call. It's those kind of turnovers China can't afford just when you started to build that momentum. I think that was called on Hu Jin-cho, I believe. I'm not sure. It didn't look like he was in the paint. As Koya Kamata coming back into the game. Yang Han-sen also back in for China. It's looking like a fun matchup now between these two teams, these two players. Still a 12-point lead here to the Akatsuki Japan. Kamata bumps, loses control of it, and now China forced a turnover. China 1 numbers ahead. Yang Han-sen cementing position, twisting, turning, and missing everything. Well, it's fair to say both Yang Han-sen and Koya Kamata just straight off the bench. Just need allow time to let the blood warm up. Sasaki with hesitation. Hyojima now looking to attack the gaps. Again, time is dwindling here for Akatsuki Japan. Sasaki's got to pull up for a tough three. And oh, majide, hontoni, sugoi. Sanin Neo Phoenix's Rusei Sasaki with a big-time play. Time is winding down. That's going to be a foul. That will just send China to the free throw line. Help side defense. Now, had they not been in the penalty, it would have been just a foul on the ground, but Sasaki looks completely gassed at the moment. He's played some big moments in this game, but like I said, the big injury that he sustained in 2025 in the semifinals of the B-League playoffs, and he was unable to play against Ryukyu Golden Kings. And that has been a tough part of any athlete's career. That long-awaited return, the isolation, the loneliness, the training to get back to the level that he was once at, and well, he's picking up right where he left off with Sanin Neo Phoenix. And now it's with the Japanese national team here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. Japan going slightly smaller. Yudai Baba subs out. Yudai Nishida back in the lineup. 4 points already from Yudai Baba. Also 8 rebounds and 4 assists for that matter. Japan still lead by 13. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Nishida now penetrates. Sasaki made his last one. He makes another one. A Sugoi time from Rusei Sasaki. 16-point lead, 13 points. Second leading scorer for Akatsuki Japan tonight. Kick out again, tough kick out. Lee Hong-chuen with another 3. A little short that time. Trying to battle for it. And that's how they've got to stay in this game. Second chance opportunity points. And great save by Liao Sen-ning. Now Japan lead by 14. And that's going to be a moving screen on Koya Kamata. So this is good for China. Chance to build some more momentum. He was China's leading scorer at halftime. He Xin-ning now just behind Hu Jin-cho. As Lee Hong-chuen will come out of the game. And also Zhao Ji-wei checking back in the lineup. Now they go in the paint. A lot of contact made. Yang Han-sen with the offensive rebound. He gets fouled, he'll go to the free throw line. This is better from China, battling for offensive boards. A second trip to the charity stripe this evening for Yang Han-sen. We all knew that he was going to be a big-time prospect. He played 43 games this season for the Portland Trailblazers, only started one of them. He's an 82% free throw shooter in the games that he played. So unfortunately, just didn't average enough. Now, played 4 games in the playoffs, but very limited minutes. But the future's definitely bright for Yang Han-sen. Second free throw, no good. Going to the fourth quarter with this double-digit lead. Because exciting times in this group, having Chinese Taipei won today. And that is a crucial head-to-head for them over Korea. And a big comeback they had to take as Nishida turns it over. And now here comes China. Well, they want to go coast to coast and finish it. Well, it's the third time tonight. That man has converted turnovers into fast break points. Excellent work by Liao Sanning. China's third player in double figures. Hawkinson flashing high with 20 points, and that's his first miss with inside the rainbow. Can China cut it down to single digits? While playing a bit of bully basketball. And he has come ready to play, inspiring this home crowd at the Liaoning Gymnasium in Shenyang, China. Oh, look at this. That is the true definition of bully basketball. Liao Sanning giving China belief and hope. Yan Han-sen came up with it. That was the first play, but it's been a little bit of transition show by Liao Sanning. We're going to head down to Japan's bench to find out what head coach Taiyo Katani has to say.
Pocket here, all right? As soon as he catches it, slide cut. Yuta, Josh, you got the pocket. You got the slide cut right there. Okay? Got it? All right. You're getting good shots. Keep it, stay aggressive.
I think with China, as I've already alluded to in the first half, the advantage they have is the size and power inside the paint. Now, that is an aspect that's going to wear down Akatsuki Japan because Josh Hawkinson's got to play extensive minutes. He has played the most minutes out of any player on the floor. He's played over 21 minutes today. To Watanabe, just shy of 19 minutes, but look at China's bigs. I mean, any player that's played anywhere close, that's been Hu Jin-cho. So the depth is definitely in the front court favor of China. Josh Hawkinson still the game's lead to score 21 points. 9 out of 12 from the field. Hawkinson, nice backdoor play, finding Watanabe. Well, the defense thought he was going to go to Yudai Nishida. But Watanabe reading that back defense. Watanabe now the third Japanese player in double figures with 11 points. It gives them an 11-point lead. And the threes continue to not fall in here for China. And that's going back to Japan. Well, big moment now on the 2 minutes. Can Japan extend their lead? Can China get it back into single digits? A little bit of full court pressure. Takumi Saito has to find Watanabe. He just beats the 8-second violation. Patient play in the half court here from Akatsuki Japan. Hawkinson wants to make the most of a mismatch. A lot of reaching and a foul has been given now. That's going to be a shooting foul for Josh Hawkinson. Missed 1 free throw so far this evening.
Number 51.
That's about as good a defense you're going to find from any guy that's switched on a mismatch against a center, but imagine at that point, somebody's got to come down for a double team. Yang Han-sen will go to the bench. Well, Josh Hawkinson's career is quite fascinating. Born and raised in Seattle, Washington in the USA, went to Washington State. Now he went to Japan in 2017, where he initially signed with the Fighting Eagles of Nagoya, one of 2 pro teams in Nagoya. It was the 3 seasons at Shinshu Brave Warriors before signing with one of the top teams in Sun Rocket Shibuya. He's been a huge fan favorite, assimilating to Japanese culture, taking Japanese lessons. 23 points tonight for Hawkinson. 90 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. China, potential 3 for 2. Nice little baseline penetration, little pump fake. Now going to double team. That's good defense. And Baba comes up with it. Saito finds Nishida. Hawkinson in the paint, and that's beautiful transition by the Akatsuki Japan. And a timeout is going to be called by China. Josh Hawkinson, 25 points, 10 out of 13 from the field. And who says the power forwards and centers shouldn't run in transition? We'll head down to China's bench. I can imagine head coach Guo Shichang's not happy. Well, given the time here, China should be at least able to get 2 final good offenses to try and minimize the deficit because they don't want this mountain too high to climb. Japan have been fantastic, and all you have to do is go back to the last time they met in Okinawa in the second window. Japan had the home court advantage on the beautiful island that did host the 2023 group stage of the FIBA Basketball World Cup, only to see China find a way back and get their first win. China disappointingly starting the first window with 2 defeats against Korea. Another missed attempt. Saito wants to run. That's Baba with him. That's good transition recovery from China. But they're down 15. And now a 2-for-1 is on the table here for Japan. Saito finds Watanabe, fires a 3, it's up. And Chiba Jets, man from downtown, Utah, Watanabe. A huge 3-pointer. And you just feel Japan every offense gets stronger and stronger. And that could be a 2-for-1. 11 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Well, Hu Jin-cho, why not? He'll fire a 3, and that's a big-time Sanford Cho. That's only the 5th 3-pointer of the game for China as Hu Jin-cho goes up to 15. Final play here in the third quarter. Little Spanish pick and roll being executed. They find Hawkinson. Hawkinson goes in, doesn't get it this time. Watanabe tries to follow, but that is the end of the third quarter. Japan lead by 15. And could that final 3 from Hu Jin-cho inspire some form of a comeback? Chinese Taipei's big win in overtime, the comeback win against Korea, means Korea, China, and Chinese Taipei all have 2 victories apiece. And that head-to-head against Korea is so crucial for Chinese Taipei, and China's final game indeed will be against Chinese Taipei. But fans, we'll take a look at some of the key stats from this game, and we'll run down the best highlights from the third quarter live here in Shenyang, Liaoning, China. Well, Japan have shot Segoyistically from the 3-point line, marvelously from the 3-point line, 10 out of 19. China only 1 3-pointer in that third quarter. We saw that from Hu Jin-cho. And now we'll take a look at the best moments, clips, and highlights from the third. Oh, Josh Hawkinson has been nothing shy of Segoy so far this evening. 25 points, 10 out of 14 from the field. But Hu Jin-cho, well, I don't think they've given the ball to him enough this evening. It's a great matchup between both Hu Jin-cho and it was a 3-pointer by Rusei Sasaki. The shot clock was winding down. Was another one. Sasaki has been on fire. Well, excellent transition basketball from number 5 of China, Liao Sanning. 12 points so far this evening. China do have 3 players in double figures. That was the catch and shoot 3-pointers by the Chiba Jets man, Yuta Watanabe. Well, fans, it's been an outstanding game, and many more games still to come here in this window. And make sure you scan the QR code to access the login to Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. As I've kept saying this entire game, they last met in Okinawa in window number 2. Japan had a bigger lead than 15 points, only for China to find a way back. Well, they've got 10 minutes to do it again. 10 minutes to try and put themselves ahead of both Korea and Chinese Taipei here in Group B. Look at the first offense. Hu Jin-cho posts up. Well, there's a dumb down pass, and that is why you give it to Hu Jin-cho. The backdoor play from Gao Shiyan. Positive start here for China. They've got to defensively stay compact with each other. Yuta Nishida. Ryan Hawkinson, 25 points. He'll fire a three. That's not going to go. And they've got to take it possession by possession, China. They don't need to rush in the offense. Baba trying to go under the screen. Nice little spin. And look at that move, but unable to finish. Comes up, and oh my, Jundama. What? Oh, it's going to be a basket interference. I thought that was going to be an and one. But it's that man again. Second leading scorer, Liao Sanning with 14 points. He's only missed 3 shots so far this evening. 0 for 2 from the three-point line, but it's his way to get into the paint. Try to make Akatsuki Japan's front court defense collapse. This Liaoning Gymnasium, this magnificent arena. You hear the chants of Zhonghua from the Chinese fans. Saito penetrates, goes in, counted! Oh, Maji de Hontoni Sugoi by Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, Takumi Saito. Look at this. Too big, too strong, and simply just too sugoi. Well, we might as well call him Takumi Sugoi Saito. And that's actually his first 2 points tonight. Only his second shot and a 4th foul against Gao Shiyan. Saito can extend it back to a 14-point lead for Akatsuki Japan. And he does just that. Japan 13 out of 15 from the free throw line this evening. Still plenty of basketball to play here in the fourth quarter. Now Sanning just dribbling into traffic. And now He Xianing, get him rejected. Hawkinson just said sayonara with a big-time block. The Shenzhen Aviators star has got to keep on battling. 9 seconds remain on the shot clock here for China. He Xianing finds Hu Jin-cho, contemplating for a three-pointer. A little bit out of control, hitting the top of the backboard. Japan want to run here with Tominaga. Finds Watanabe, a lot of contact, and another BEA. Beautiful transition by Akatsuki Japan. Well, they're just getting everything and anything they want at the moment. Excellent game tonight here. 5 out of 5 from the free throw line for Watanabe. Now 5 out of 8 from the field with 16 points. Hu Jin-cho, bumpy, going in. Coming up with his own, no. Really came up with his own rebound. And now here comes Sugoi Saito. Finds Nishida, 3 in the corner. And Mikawa Seahorses, Yudai Nishida with the dime from Sugoi Saito. And it's a 19-point lead to Akatsuki Japan. Oh, this is incredible. 11 out of 21 from the three-point line. But it's the speed. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins finding Mikawa Seahorses, Yudai Nishida. And Nishida now 2 out of 5 from the three-point line. And you can definitely feel the frustration from the Chinese transition defense. Head coach Guo Shijiang, I think he's probably addressed to his players. Listen, if we miss a shot, if we turn it over, we've got to make every effort to get back in transition. Because then it becomes a prospect of maybe a final game they may have to win against Chinese Taipei. Now, here's the thing. Given that Chinese Taipei, China, and Korea could all potentially be 2 and 3 come the end of this game, this is a maybe, a hypothetical. If that is the case, China may not have to beat Chinese Taipei, because if Korea loses, well, then meaning Korea, who don't have the head-to-head against Chinese Taipei, well, that means it would be irrelevant for them. But they don't want to go into a final game in the first round in window number 3, knowing destiny isn't in their hands. Win today, and you put yourself in a much stronger position. China's 2 wins came in window number 2. Plus, they had to play in Manila against Chinese Taipei, and then they went to the Okinawa Arena on the beautiful island of Okinawa in Japan. They came up with a huge comeback victory against the Akatsuki Japan, but now they're down by 19. This is what they need. CBA champion wide open, and that's a big-time 7-foot show. Lee Hong-chuan. Oh, he's got to bring that CBA championship DNA under 8 minutes. Down 16. China's got to defend. Saito. Trying to look for a kick out, no one to go to. Under 10 on the shot clock. Nishida's wide open, made his last three, goes for another one. That's not going to drop. Foul is going to be called on Yudai Baba from behind on the rebound. There's a lot of time here for China. The key thing for them is any turnover, any missed shot, they must sprint back into their paints. A wise man once said, the two principles of transition defense. Number one, you get back. Number two, you stop the ball all before picking up who you're defending. Well, a little bit of pick and pop here. He made his last three, and that would have been big. But China's got to get back now. Still over 7 minutes left. You have to defend with a purpose as Nishida finds Yudai Baba. Baba looking for options. Saito pump fakes. Watanabe. Mismatch defended by Zhao Ji-wei. He'll go for a fadeaway. Zhao Ji-wei's done a good job whenever switching against players where he's undersized against. But there's no need for China to rush in the offense. With the fast break count. There's another three as Zhao Ji-wei goes for it. Watanabe unable to come with the offensive rebound. Zhao Ji-wei again. And they just won't drop tonight for China. And they're getting good looks, but 6 out of 24 from the three-point line. Unfortunately, that's just not going to cut it against Japan. Double change. Yudai Nishida of Seahorses Mikawa and Takumi Saito of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins going to the bench. While local player of Liaoning Flying Leopards, Zhao Ji-wei in the CBA, he will go to the bench. He Xin-ning, the Shenzhen Aviators, will come back in. Still these Chinese fans. The passion running through their veins. The chants of Zhongguo. The translation of China into Chinese. They say Tominaga. A little slip screen action here. Watanabe. Watanabe's going to have to isolate. There's a fadeaway out of bounds. Oh, but in the end, they just cannot contain the rebound as Wang Jinjie really had the board, but unfortunately, Liao San-ning, number 5, was in his landing area. So Japan get it back with a fresh 14. It's a disappointing moment of frustration for China. Still, they've got to defend. Koya Kamata, B-League champion with Nagasaki Velka. Finding Rusei Sasaki. There's a kick out. Baba, he'll fire a three. Japan slightly cooling down as Yan Hansen comes up with a rebound. Now San-ning. They want to find Yang Hansen. It's good defense. I think an offensive foul is going to be called against Yang Hansen. Well, I thought the foul was actually going to be called against Rusei Sasaki, but well, still have to play on. There's no doubt about it. Let's have a look here. Watch Yang Hansen. That's a good call, and that's unnecessary. Cooler heads need to prevail at this stage. That's his 4th personal foul of the game. Sasaki attacks. That's good coverage by Yang Hansen. May have just inadvertently knocked over his own teammate, He Xin-ning. Baseline possession to Akatsuki Japan. Find Keisei Tominaga. Watanabe goes for another three. And the ball falls in the hands of Koya Kamata. And that's another unnecessary foul by He Xin-ning. So China, 5:28 down by 16. Only have one foul to give here in the 4th quarter. Feel like now it's Operation Hang On, understanding just how elite, how talented their opponent China is, knowing that they blew a lead at the Okinawa Arena. Anything could be possible with under 5.5 left here in the fourth. Tominaga finds a bit of space. Little teardrop. Good defense by Yang Hansen. Well, that is Hun Hao Feng Shou. Exactly what they need, but can they find points? Wang Junjie has a mismatch against Nishida. Twisting, turning, got to go up. And that's what they've got to do. Get the ball in the paint. That has been China's go-to tonight. They've settled for 24 three-point attempts. They've only made 6 of them. Still Japan lead by 14. Sasaki. High screen from Koya Kamata. Now they go to Tominaga. Little pick and pop here. Sasaki's made a few threes tonight. In and out, can't get it. Nishida battles for it. China will get this back. Much better defense from China. I wonder if Yudai Nishida has called for a change. He's made the signal to head coach Dayo Katani. Suspect of an injury, but looks like a timeout potentially is going to be called here, I believe. Or has it? Well, I think it's going to be a review from the officials. They just want to find out who had the last touch on this. So our officials now go into the monitor to find out who had the final touch. Was it Yudai Nishida? If so, it's got to be possession back to China. 4:37, down by 14. And fans, if you're only just joining us in this group, a historic win, a double win for Chinese Taipei over Korea. Chinese Taipei losing their opening 2 games against Japan in window number 1. But that first crucial win in window number 2 and a second one here in window number 3 against Korea now means if things stay the way they are between China and Japan, China, Korea, and Chinese Taipei will all be locked in 2 wins and 3 defeats, which means final game day here in Group B. Well, it's going to be a complete headache for the permutations, but total excitement for all the basketball fans in the world who've been following this group closely. Well, we're currently live here in the city of Shenyang, China, in the Liaoning Gymnasium, the home of Liaoning Flying Leopards. Chinese Basketball Association champions in 2024, and they participated in the BCL Asia in Dubai that summer. I think a decision has been made. It's going to China, staying where it is. Well, 4:37. Let's have a look here, and that's the right call. Yudai Nishida and Lee Hongchun of the Shanghai Sharks contesting that play. Liao Sanning just allowing the ball to roll. China got to keep scoring. Good take by Liao Sanning. Has options, but he misses. Tip in, no good. Still can't get it, but a foul has been given. I wonder who the foul's been called on. It's on Yuta Watanabe, I believe. But these are crucial free throws now for Yang Hansen. 6 points this evening, 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. 7 rebounds, but remember, he also has 4 fouls. Oh, he missed it. You can feel the anxiety from all the Chinese basketball fans. It's been a tough game since the first quarter. Still, there's a belief, though, for China. Second one good. China's got 1 foul to give. Now, Hu Jin-cho back into the lineup. He's China's leading scorer. 15 points this evening for the big man. The man who many would regard as the future of Chinese basketball, Yang Hansen. Still a very young player. Drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies last summer. With the Portland Trailblazers. China's got to defend this play. Nishida, quick pick and roll. Nice kick out. Sasaki goes in. Avoids the block, and a foul is going to be given. Well, it's actually Keisei Tominaga, excuse me. That's good execution. Dribble drive offense from Japan. What Japan want to do right now is wear down the defense. Well, Tominaga, of course, became a monumental, I'd say ginormous addition to the B-League this season when he did sign with Levenga Hokkaido. Now, unfortunately, they didn't make it to the B-League playoffs. His teammates with Gilas Pilipinas' Dwight Ramos, he misses the second free throw. 4 minutes left. The comeback has got to come from China at this stage. Liao Sanning now penetrates. Hu Jin-cho trying to find a handoff. Good defense from Keisei Tominaga. It goes out of bounds and it'll go back to Japan. That's another moment of offensive frustration here from China. Japan quite happy to take their time on every offense. Just allow time to come away from the clock. Tominaga wants to work here with Hawkinson. There's the pick and pop. Hawkinson, 25 points. And an offensive rebound for Rusei Sasaki. And there's Tominaga. And misses the wide open layup. Well, they try to commit an immediate foul. Liao Sanning goes in, coast to coast, misses. And the follow-up, still no good. And the basketball defying the laws of gravity. You've got to ask the question, where's Sama? How did that not go in the bucket? I feel like the luck isn't going China's way offensively. As now we're into 3 minutes. Sasaki kicks out. Tominaga from downtown. And even, it's going to be another foul. It's going to be a trip to the free throw line for Josh Hawkinson. But even Japan at this stage offensively here in the fourth quarter, they've had their moments of frustration. The difference is they lead by 14. It's going to be on Hu Jin-cho. I believe that's going to be foul number 2 on him. As Baba Boom back into the lineup here for Akatsuki Japan. Well, Keisei Tominaga, 8 points this evening, 3 out of 7 from the field. Just made that 1 3-pointer at the end of the first quarter. But what a game from Josh Hawkinson. He makes his free throw. He'll now go up to 27 points. He's been incredible. This has been, I'd argue, 3 seasons of frustration not getting Shibuya Sunrockers into the B-League playoffs. The expectations on that B-League giant is now Hu Jin-cho's made 1-3. Watanabe coming up with a big rebound. Make that rebound number 5. For Yudai Baba is 1 rebound, 5 assists, and 6 points away from a triple-double. Very unlikely he's going to get that in this game. Takumi Saito putting on a bit of work, putting on a bit of show. And Takumi Sugoi Saito putting on a clinic. Only his second field goal this evening, because he had that earlier and one. Shin-ning going back door and able to finish. Cutting it back down to 16 with just over 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. China is still trying to battle. But a big mountain to climb. Now it's actually a 14-point deficit. Saito putting on the magic early on. Hawkinson going up the high screen. Kicks out. Finds Yudai Baba in the corner. Baba Boom, B-League champion with Nagasaki Velka. Knocking down the 12th three-pointer for Akatsuki Japan. Well, that's a huge three-pointer indeed. And a big-time play by Baba Boom. But excellent pick-and-roll action from Akatsuki Japan, beginning with that man, Takumi Saito of Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Then getting it to Hawkinson. And the final pass is inevitable as Hu Jin-cho, 15 points, 7 out of 11 from the field today, 4 rebounds. China have had 3 plays in double figures. Liao Sanning, the second leading scorer, but it just hasn't been enough. High screen from Yang Han-sen. Nice little take to the bucket. Another moment of frustration. Jiao Ji-wei just unable to finish. As now we're into 90 seconds, live here in Shenyang, China, at the Liaoning Gymnasium. You know it's coming at some points. Saito finding Baba Boom. A foul has been committed by He Shin-ning. So trip to the free throw line for Yudai Baba. Well, Baba gets 3 more points. He'll have a double-double. He's got 7 so far with 10 rebounds. But that is Yudai Baba just doing Yudai Baba Nagasaki Velka thinks. That's why he was a B-League champion this year. Because what an outstanding B-League finals it was. He was teammates with Korea's Lee Hyun-jung, who, because both of them being pretty much the cornerstones of their national teams in these FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. 8 points to Yudai Baba. Because Koya Kamata, number 99, also part of that Nagasaki Velka team this season that won the B-League title at the Yokohama Arena. 9 points. Needs one more for a double-double. Extending it to a 21-point Japanese lead. Now San-ning gets this one back. Well, he'll go for a step back. The three is up. Offensive rebound collected. China continue to battle. Finds Yang Han-sen, throws it down with two hands. Yang Han-sen now moving up to 9 points. Also has 7 rebounds, but just not quite enough tonight here to compete against the Akatsuki Japan. Kira Jacobs also in for this potentially final play. Yudai Baba thinks about it. Goes back to Takumi Saito. Time is winding down. Saito kicks out. Akira Jacobs through in the corner. A little too short. Still a bit of time between shot clock and game, and a foul is going to be committed by Takumi Saito. Well, a lot to think about, but they've got one final game. And China may not need to win that game against Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei may not need to win it. Korea may not need to win it. It all depends who wins and who has the head-to-head as Ando comes back into the game for this final 45 seconds. It's actually less than that. The clock actually may have put some more time on the board, but actually there you have it. Yep. 20 seconds remaining. Japan had this game in the bag. Nice penetration. Makoto Hiyajima, two-time B-League champion, coming up with a rebound. Sando. Well, Hiyajima, why not? Front iron. Kamata battles for it. Finds Hiyajima again. Kira Jacobs. And there you have it. The end of the game. Akatsuki Japan win this one, 92-73 against China. The victory keeps them top of Group B, a Group B that nobody can decide at this moment. And what it does mean, China, Korea, and Chinese Taipei all at 2 and 3 going into the final game of Window 3 here in the first round of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. An outstanding game, an outstanding performance from Josh Hawkinson of the Sun Rocket Shibuya. 27 points ending. Japan finished with 3 players in double figures. Second leading scorer was Yuta Watanabe. Rusei Sasaki, his long-awaited return from injury. An outstanding performance from both the back and front court of Akatsuki Japan. Daio Katani, his team, although being out-rebounded, did lead the assist count tonight, 24-21, and did have 2 more turnovers, that matter, against China. Well, China led by Hu Jin-cho, Liao San-ning, the second leading scorer with 14 points. And unfortunately, the man who led them at halftime, He Shi-ning, only had 2 points in the second half. Very soon, we'll take a look at the highlights from this magnificent win for Akatsuki Japan. You kind of felt China, as they opened the gates in this game, building a 7-point early lead, that this was going to be their game. Takumi Saito of the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, the big-time &1, his first play of the game. And Baba Boom finding Chiba Jets, Yuta Watanabe. Saito that time kicking out to Mikawa Seahorses. Yudai Nishida with his second three-pointer. Japan finished 12 out of 30 from downtown. Liao San-ning, well, the only CBA champion in this team, Lee Hongchuan of Shanghai Sharks. Knocking down the 3, and here was a nice post move. Footwork by Wang Jinjie, who had 8 points. It wasn't nearly enough. Takumi Saito putting on the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins magic. One of the elite PGs of Japanese basketball, and there was Yudai Baba Boom. Baba Boom with his only 3 of the game. He finished 1 point shy of a double-double. But an outstanding win Well, we're going to quickly take a look at the standings here in Group B, but basketball fans, we want to say a big xiexie ni men, a huge arigato gozaimasu for joining us here. The FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers in Shenyang, China. It's Japan winning 92-73. But now, it's goodbye for more games live here in this window.